I need to tell. I need to tell. I need to tell.
I'm gonna have to put this. Should I stop it?
No.
All right, hello everyone. Welcome to the uh, Geekbros podcast. This is Leon from Leon's Corner, and I have Geek on my side. So if you have any snacks or drinks, grab them and get ready to enjoy the show.
All right, everyone.
So what are we doing today?
Yeah,
The usual anything else?
anything goes.
Cool. So which of your residents games is your favorite and why?
My, oh man, that's a toughie. Mine was mainland itself was the first one that came out.
Okay, so the original Resident Evil or
The original.
okay, because there was also director's cut.
And the director's that was okay. I just preferred the original.
Oh, it's the same thing. That's
Yeah.
I remember that game. I don't know if I told you guys the other time, but I saved my lunch money just to get that game. It was pretty funny. That if equal to five lunches. Thank God my mom never found out. But yeah, I just did I wanted that game so bad, so I did just save my school money, my lunch money for 5 days, and was able to get the game.
Yeah.
Would you play that game late at night and with lights off? I mean, this is where we're explaining us to people, but I mean, would you actually play it on the dark?
Yeah.
I would. It would be much funner. It's just like watching a scary movie but playing a game instead. So
Yeah.
um, I know that it's been a long for hours.
Yeah.
So how's everybody doing?
I'm doing all right. How about you?
Oh man, Everything, everything cool, good. Um, just it's another day, and they'll say, I'll just say it in different words. SOS, D, D.
Yeah.
So it's the all same, just a different day,
Yeah.
basically.
Almost like saying same crap, different day.
Yeah, or there's the other option.
Yeah.
But yeah, basically. So, anything you wanna say for that?
I'm trying to think here. Uh, if you had to remaster yourself a Resident Evil game, what would it be?
If I was a monster?
No, remaster.
Oh, if I were a monster game. Oh, that's kind of a hard decision because I mean, it's been done it's already done 3 times, starting with Resident Evil 2, then Nemesis, and Part 4.
Yeah.
So, I mean,
I meant I was meaning stuff like if you had to take it and make it your own, but still keep some of the same aspects of it.
well, I would have to change the locations. I mean, go to a different place. For instance, for they went mostly in Spain, mine was Africa. So if I could, I would do it in I would say Romania because
Mhm.
of the cover of Castlevania, or I would try to do it in my home country. That would add a different twist, I would say.
Yeah.
What about you?
Um, I would try and bring Resident Evil into a newer form of gameplay and make it more into a full blown first person shooter.
Actually, that's been done before. For the PlayStation 1, and that was Resident Evil Survivor, which actually didn't have that feel. I mean, it kinda did, but it kinda didn't.
Yeah. But I was meaning to bring it more into a Fortnite like feel,
Oh, okay.
but it's still a Resident Evil storyline.
Okay, because you mentioned first person shooter,
Yeah.
so I mean, um, it would be like pretty much like Survivor.
Yeah.
Who would be your favorite character?
For Resident Evil, mine would be. Oh man, Jill.
Jill Valentine. Hmm. That's a good choice, actually. I would say Cleveland.
Good choice.
I mean, if you notice from the games to the movies, oh man, it was just like I'm gonna go say the choice for the one life no no wait, yeah for the show the first show that Netflix ever did
Whoa, whoa, whoa! We got a lot of people in here right now.
oh my how's everybody
We
doing?
just
It's
got we
12
just got
o'clock.
a rate of 103.
Oh man, excellent. Let's keep it going, guys.
Let's keep this hype going. This SP hype. Let's keep it going, everyone.
Go, 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 go. So I mean, as far as I was saying of Florida, I thought from the next show, uh, I well, I was not that entirely. I mean, the person who did it was looked like a girl from Resident Evil 5.
Yeah,
So I mean,
but I noticed after the years, the gameplay graphics of it has, you say, gotten a lot better nowadays.
oh yeah, Resident Evil's been evolving like, sheesh, like you cannot imagine. I mean, throughout the years.
Every time a new style of game mechanics or game graphics started developing, Resident Evil was one of the ones that started displaying it.
Yep.
Even through its journey on the Xbox.
Oh yeah, and nowadays the type of engine that it's being used. If you remember back in when Metal Gear Solid Metal Gear 5 wait, yeah, what's it 5 came out for the PlayStation 3. Uh, the first thing they used was the Fox engine,
Yeah.
which allowed it to be more smoother, much better, and it was clearly a
Yeah.
prototype.
And if you look at the Fox engine was one of those, if my memory is right, the Fox engine was one of those that allowed crossplay between it to be allowed to be between different consoles.
Well, actually, there were several Resident Evils for different consoles, if I remember
Yeah.
back then.
The Fox engine opened even more doors for Resident Evil.
So,
And stuff beyond stuff, they've evolved and stuff into different game mechanic engines for the game, and the developers are still adding more and tweaking the game even more to this day.
so and and if you remember, it started like as simple as a 2D game, and then it went to 3D, then it was by the turn of uh, Cold Veronica, it started to look more like human-like, just like the evolution of the Final Fantasy series.
Yeah. Ingrid Bosch, we're doing good tonight.
How are you, Angry Bush?
But yeah, uh, any of our viewers here, what Final Fantasy game do you remember playing?
Well, to me, it's always. I mean, I played part two. I played some of the older versions, but to me, the best one was Final Fantasy VII, and still is. Although the feeling's kind of different with the remake.
That's cool, Angry Boss. But me, my favorite Final Fantasy would have to be uh, a mix between. If we're talking about games,
Yeah.
it would have to be 4 and 5.
Hmm. Hey, I agree with you on this one. Seven was a masterpiece, actually. If it wasn't for seven, I don't think the other Final Fantasies would be actually would have any entrance.
Yeah,
There's something about seven though.
yeah, there is. 7 actually opened the door for people to go back to the original Final Fantasies.
And I mean, the gameplay might have been simple back in the day, but hey, I mean,
That was gaming at its core, especially console gaming at its core. When Final Fantasy came out, that was the biggest highlight in console gaming.
yeah, and believe it or not, uh, number one bestseller of that at that time.
Yeah, and till this day, it's still listed as one of the big sellers.
Even with its predecessor, which was Final Fantasy VII remake, and of course they also did the remake of Crisis Core as well.
But another thing that made even Final Fantasy even more popular was when Final Fantasy and Disney came together.
Oh yeah, Kingdom Hearts.
What actually opened the door even more and made Final Fantasy even more popular.
Yeah, because imagine having a crossroad between Disney and the world of Final Fantasy. I mean, who wouldn't expect that?
And who would expect Disney to have an interest in console gaming?
Well, if you know they did in the past. If you know if you like the old games like Lion King,
But I meant in a bigger game field and stuff. Bigger, it's like a bigger title game to be interested in merging with, and not just a game based off of one of their movies. Just a game that's merged with a game that's been more popular than their own stuff.
and if you notice, every single character is has it from every movie Disney came up with
Yeah,
up to now.
yeah, and the worlds are so lifelike that you feel like you're in the movie itself.
Okay. Oh, thanks, Mr. Flavor, for the hype. So yeah, I mean, there's nowadays since then they a lot of even movies are been cross what's the term
Crossplay.
Yeah, where they interact with each other, which
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah,
you can see it on comic books, you can see it on movies, you can
yeah.
see it on. I mean, now that's uh, the new I can say but the new thing.
Mm. Yeah, where you cross two different things or two different games and you merge them together is starting to become the new thing.
I remember having which comic book? Yes, Fun with Batman. That was a classic there.
Mhm.
So I mean, other like Transformers to
If you look at it, even big TV show companies like Nickelodeon is doing it. Disney has always done it, for the longest time.
yeah, you can see it everywhere nowadays.
To me, the one big company that really introduced it the most in movies, especially animated movies, was the company Pixar with
Yep.
their hidden crossovers is what it's called. Is the term you're trying to think of, crossover. As a whole crossover thing, and hide their crossovers within the movie
Yep.
and stuff. Disney continued that Pixar legacy and everything and stuff because Pixar started doing it with Toy Story and it grew from there. And what it was Pixar introduced and stuff like that a crossover with its logo in with one of its logo items in the movie that bouncing ball with the star,
Yep.
and then it just kept going from there. And it's just Pixar's way of giving homage to their previous creations.
Thank you. Thanks for being here. Yeah, I know what you mean. Like I say, it's the new thing nowadays.
Yeah. Live action TV shows do crossovers now. Um, it's everywhere. It's the biggest thing to hit Hollywood since the creation of the movie and TV and everything. It was an idea that was never thought of because before TV shows ever existed, it was all you heard it over radio.
Oh yeah. I mean,
The days of TV shows only being broadcast over radio, where it was almost like reading a book, but it wasn't. It was a TV program, but it was only broadcasted over radio, like Mars Attack was the first thing ever broadcast, almost like a TV show, but broadcast over radio.
I know I heard some in the past, but I mean, you got a point here.
Yeah. No, no, not Mars Attack. It was that one book, that one Mars book. It was like almost like a doomsday kind of thing, but it was about Mars.
Hmm.
It was like an old horror movie, but it was broadcast over the radio. So I'm trying to still remember the name of it, but I do remember reading the book, and so I knew it was broadcast over the radio. But yeah, and stuff. Hollywood just blew up after the design creation of a television.
Yeah.
But those were simple days that I wish would come back, where Hollywood wasn't greedy.
No, you know what they say. It happens not just in Hollywood, sadly enough. You've seen it with several game industries and movie industries.
Yeah,
So I mean, it's beyond Hollywood.
yeah. All right, everyone. If you had to choose a game from any console from the late 80s, what would it be and why? Especially to bring back and make it your own creation in a sense with nowadays technology. What would be yours, Leon?
What was the question again?
Okay, from the 80s console gaming,
Oh man.
what game would you bring back and update it to nowadays technology?
Oh, shit. There's a lot of games that I could think from the 80s. So if we go back to the Nintendo era, I know some were done, but up to a point, not really. I would say the Legend of Zelda would be a major one that I would try to make bring back to this day.
Mine would be Legend of Dragoon.
Oh yeah, no, especially for PlayStation. I remember that one, and as a matter of fact, I'm playing that game right now. It's an awesome game.
Yeah, it is.
It have a great storyline. I mean, you wanna go epic? Oh man.
Me, it would be a mix between Legend of Dragoon and the original Mario.
Yeah, also Mario would be a good one to bring back.
Yeah, they've like tried to redo Mario to this day's technology, and it has backfired how many times with Nintendo.
But what we know is that Mario the movie is out there. I mean,
Oh man,
you wanna talk about this is the first time I see a good Mario movie since the go of the original movie.
yeah. To me, if you look at that live action movie wasn't that bad, but it's just to me, if you look at the animations of the original animated one that they did in the past was
To be fair, the cartoon series and the live action show was good.
yeah. The live action, the live actions. You say the live action crossover to the game style animation cartoon was really good. It was really good.
And I mean, shoot, Captain Lou Albano, who played Mario, and I mean, man, he actually did a heck of a job.
Yeah,
I mean,
but to me, nothing could compare to the original Mario voice actor,
oh yeah, true, true.
who still will do his voice for any of the Mario games to this day. Even though they wanted to go a different direction with the Mario voice in the movie, but he still said he'll keep doing stuff for Nintendo under the Mario brand.
Well, remember also there's some complications when you're trying to pick voices and it's true. I mean, I'm gonna be straightforward because there's like there's been issues, especially with wanting people to come back and people just getting dismissed for ridiculous reasons. I mean, for instance, one of my favorite guys from Final Fantasy VII Crisis Core. Uh, I forgot his name, but Gomez. He did the voice back, and one of the things is that he got uh, replaced just for the fact that because of the high screeching and his voice made him sound nerdy rather than true.
Yeah.
But if you look at it, he did put emotion. He did add more to the character, and that's one of the things that would frustrate anybody.
Yeah. But we understand about that other voice actor that got replaced, but it was because the original voice actor was busy with other
Of course, it's being
stuff. Yeah,
Spider-Man from players.
yeah, because he was busy with other contracts and stuff at the time with other projects. So that's understandable. If the original voice actor that would have worked well still was already busy and didn't have the time to do it because he was busy, that's understandable, and that's excusable because of that aspect.
True. Also, I mean, same incident with David Hayden. I mean, he's been the voice of Solid Snake for more than a decade, and got almost replaced during Metal Gear Snake Eater.
Yeah.
But the thing is, uh, it was a saving grace, and he was replaced what's what was his name? I have his name on the tip of my tongue right now, but I forget.
It's the same principle, not just in games, but it's happened across the board in Hollywood in general.
The thing is, yeah, you're known for that character, but in this case, it was understandable because I mean, you've been Snake, I mean, a character for more than a decade, and you're doing both the father and the son. That is kind of awkward.
Hmm.
So I mean,
Okay, here's a good example of a voice actor that does two characters in one show. And I could, as if I could relate Nelson with this example, like Tom Carey, the voice actor in SpongeBob. He does SpongeBob and SpongeBob's pet Gary, and goes back and forth with those every episode. So I can understand and stuff after a while, and some voice actor go, "No, this is I've done enough of this. I'm backing away." And stuff. Some of them will just back away because they've had enough of their job,
remain
known actor for the rest of their life. So eventually, and it's sometimes it's they go, "No, what? It's time for me to retire from this character."
I know. One example was Harrison Ford. He did Captain Solo in Star Wars and Indiana Jones, and
His heart was more towards Indiana Jones than Han Solo, and he wanted to, you say, end his time as Han Solo and just go back to just where he started was Indiana Jones and stay there.
actually, he started as Han Solo first because you're talking about 97. Yeah.
No, it wasn't. It wasn't. It was. He was doing another thing it was a prior to Indiana Jones and Star Wars. That's how George Lucas found him. He found him through his producing partner. The creator of Indiana Jones.
Oh, yeah, Steven
So
Spielberg.
Steven Spielberg was who told George Lucas to at least give him a chance to show off that he is the possibility of doing Han Solo.
Yeah, you got a point there because actually did want to kill his character since
The first movie.
Empire Strikes Back, but
No, actually, a little bit after the first movie, actually. But it was as if that was just the straw that broke the camel's back was Empire Strikes Back. But he was already in that thought and stuff like that in A New Hope. He wanted A New Hope to be the only thing he did.
Well, yeah, it's like I said, many people don't want to be remembered as just that character. I remember so much I think Adam West did say that
Yeah,
once.
but he still kept going for the fans. That's why he even did cameos in Family Guy.
Yeah,
He had that one character in Family Guy to honor his Batman character, but in a different light.
actually, yeah, Major West. Yeah, that was
That
I
was
think,
Adam West
of
playing,
course, playing himself.
playing himself as a mayor who also in the closet is a cat version of Batman.
And it was hilarious just to hear him doing some of the things, some of the outrageous things he did.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's just he did that, brought that character, it's a new version of his Batman, but in a cartoon voice way for the fans, and to show us up that that's who he used to be, was Batman, but he just wanted to bring it into a different light for a different generation.
All right, guys, we're at 101 viewers. Way to go! So yeah, I mean, there's been other characters that actually, I mean, great stars that actually took the wrong turn and did have done the unthinkable.
Yeah.
And I remember one of them. I mean, his words were, I didn't want to be remembered as that character.
Yeah.
And it's sad when you go to that extreme.
Yeah, I know. There's a lot. To me, a lot of us Disney fans were expecting a certain actor to come back as his own voice character that he did, but in live action form. A lot of us were disappointed, a little pissed that Disney decided to go a different route with his character, in the sense of getting someone else to do the voice for him and everything, and it was a live action / cartoonish style, and that was the Buzz Lightyear movie.
Well, I mean,
But I understood why.
if you think about it, um, if I say that man was Will Smith,
No, not for Buzz.
no, I mean for the genie.
I know. Yeah, that was.
And the thing of it is, um, if you compare, I mean, his style of comedy. What I noticed, his style of comedy has changed over the years. I mean, just like what's his name? Yeah. What's his name?
One, the original Gene.
No. It is a crazy night. Like Adam Sandler, his style of comedy was good, but after the disappointing Crazy Nights, his entire comedy routine has changed. So I mean,
yeah. Well, to me, one thing some of us Disney fans would notice that Will Smith, took his little comedy spell towards the genie, but at the same time kept a lot of the same comedy aspect of that Robin Williams put into the voice of the genie. to continue giving that homage to Robin Williams. Because Will Smith and Robin Williams knew each other really well. They were really good friends. And he still wanted to honor him and still kept some of his, instead of saying making Genie his own, he still kept a little bit of Robin Williams alive in the Genie. And by keeping some of his well-known lines that made Genie the Genie. And especially he kept the song somewhat the same. The song Friend Like Me.
Sure.
And he did it almost like Robin Williams did it, but in a more Will Smith style. And so that's one thing a lot of people did not know is that they were really good. They were really good friends. Robin Williams and Will Smith were really good friends, and it went on so Williams didn't pass it was a big heart jerker for Will Smith. That's why he offered to come in as the Genie in the live action because he wanted to honor his best friend, one of his best friends. It's something that is very popular between a lot of the comedians in Hollywood. They're almost like family with each other.
Sure.
But yeah, that's one actor to this day I still miss. Is Robin Williams.
Yeah,
he just had too much on his plate, and he didn't know how to handle it the right way, and took his life because of that.
And he was recovering too. That's the
He was a
sad part.
recovering addict, addicted to prescription medication, and he was starting to rebound and come out of that addiction. And it was just his mental status was already, after he came out of being clean and everything, his mental state was just starting to collapse in front of him. And it's just, he didn't know how to keep going and continue living, and he just broke. The way he ended his life is starting to become more of a reason a lot. Some of these actors are starting to go leave us early. And it's not the best way of doing it, but it's just Hollywood starting to put too much of a grasp on a lot of these actors and actresses, and it's getting too much on them.
Just like I mentioned, what Jonathan Brandis. I remember him from the Never Story Tuesday, and I believe it was his last movie when he teamed up with yeah. So those were exactly his last words. He just no, I I I I don't want to forget.
A good example of one that finally saw the light the way I wish Robin Williams did, and just walked away from Hollywood and just go your own way, and that will keep your mind sane and everything. And I'm talking about Jim Carrey.
Oh yeah.
Jim Carrey finally saw the light that I wish Robin Williams did. And I think Robin Williams would have still been alive if he saw the same light that Jim Carrey did. That Hollywood was starting to put that too much grasp on him and put too much on him. And Jim Carrey's like, no, this is enough. I'm going to do one more movie for Hollywood, and that's it. And I'm just going to walk away and just follow my passions. And his passions is art, painting, and that's what he'll live off of financially is paintings.
And actually, if you guys don't know what his final movie was.
Sonic
Sonic.
2. Yeah, Sonic 2. And he says of no more. The only time he'll come back to Hollywood is if something new knocks at his door. That's the only time he'll come back is if something new. He does not want to continue just doing, you say, continuous movies. He wants something brand new and exciting to knock at his door before he comes back to Hollywood.
Oh yeah, you guys gotta realize it. It's hard for I mean people on the movie business and the wrestling business because once you hit your point of fame, things start falling apart. And I mean, you gotta think about this. You have to prepare yourself. That means you have to live your family. You have to uh, go over what you're expected to do, your lines, etc. You got the pressure on top of you. You might have personal problems to do. So all those things kind of get to you to the point where you're like, okay, this is gonna be it. I rather this put an end to it.
Yeah. A lot of you out there didn't know or probably never noticed like that, but I did get a little taste of Hollywood. But after I did a little bit of being an extra, I was like, no, this is enough. I'm not going to accept any more offers being extras. An extra. It's just it was fun while it lasted, but I just did not get the hunger that a lot of new actors get when they come into Hollywood. The hunger to keep going.
Yeah, and like some will actually get somewhat messed up, and
I started seeing that when I was doing that extra for Jarhead, and I started seeing the temptation to already get messed up and try stuff that are illegal on the streets.
yeah, but also the also it goes with your pay. I mean there are like
Money talks.
exactly, and the sad thing is you could have wonderful characters, and then if they don't get paid, yeah, they have to just bring them down. I know several. If you go back, let's say Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, there were couple actors that were on that role because yeah, somebody was a third what do you call it, a third what's the terminology,
A third wheel.
a third wheel. I mean, some of them didn't get paid. No, they mostly did it for free when they were supposed to get paid, and some of them, you know.
It was like so. They eventually did get paid, but they only got paid because of merch deals.
So I mean, yeah,
I mean, like I said, when Hasbro started making stuff for the show, that's where they got paid was by the products being sold. The action figures, the shirts, all that stuff. That's when they got those actors that they got paid from was the merch deals through Hasbro.
either that or their fan
Or yeah, the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers fan club was the only way a lot of them made money.
I remember back in the 80s. I mean, there's a well-known company. I don't know if it still exists today, but it was Filmation, the makers of He-Man, the original Ghostbusters.
Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah, Filmation doesn't exist that much anymore now.
but I remember that the only reason why for its existence it was mainly the merch. I mean, I had within my human faucet, there's couple interviews, and uh, it was mentioned that when it started, actually, it was to promote the toy lines, like just like Mattel did. That was the way to actually promoting the toys.
Hmm.
That's why the company was made for the toy line.
Yeah. Um, if some of you guys probably know, but probably some others don't, but Hasbro has been the leading merchandise toy company for Disney for a very long time. So, because Disney don't really understand stuff like that, how to you say design and sell that stuff on their own. So they approached and made a deal with Hasbro, and they've been with Hasbro since. At least they didn't go with Mattel.
No, no, Mattel was a different story, man.
Oh man, don't get me started
The one thing that the one good thing Mattel ever did was the cover line for Back to the Future.
Yeah,
That was it.
yeah. But to me, Mattel has always had their ups and downs, especially with their Barbie line.
Yeah, there was a lot of demand in that sense.
Yeah, not just the demand, but there was also controversial issues with their whole Barbie line.
Plus, some of the toys that were under their name, and I remember He-Man and the Masters of the Universe toyline was under Mattel.
Hmm.
So was what else? Yeah,
Turtles.
Ninja Turtles. What's another one?
Yeah, it was it's a, there was a lot of competition between Mattel and Hasbro for a while until that competition went separate ways and they stopped competing with Hasbro.
Yeah, just like in the game industry, in the early years was Nintendo versus Sega,
Hmm.
and I mean that was kind of ironic because they were competing to the point where Nintendo was almost out for good,
Hmm.
but luckily by an act of grace, they were able to actually outdo Sega.
Yeah.
On the other part, Sega did on their last attempt, they actually brought us a system that would allow us to go on to online gaming besides a computer.
Yeah. And a well-known computer company that started their own console took that idea and expanded on it, in which I'm talking about Microsoft, who is Xbox.
Well, nobody would imagine a computer company would actually go
Console business.
onto the console business, but it was quite a shock when it did.
Yeah, because Microsoft wanted to do it because they wanted to compete with Sony.
And guys, that's just a repeat of Nintendo versus Sega
Yeah,
anyway.
it is. But it was like I was mentioning to Leon and stuff from a lot of my research and stuff. Even though they are still competing with each other, Microsoft and stuff is always a step ahead of Sony in the development end
Yeah,
because
right.
Microsoft will have three designs already on pen and paper, but not like put them out at once. They'll put out one console and then they'll put out the next one the next year and the next one the next year. But they'll already have like 3 or 4 designs or ideas for the next gen consoles already on pen and paper before Sony even has their design for their next PlayStation.
Uh, and that was the thing. That's why Nintendo backed off because I mean, there's nothing they could do even with their new with even with the launch of the Switch, it wouldn't be enough to actually still be on competition.
Mm-mm. Nintendo stopped competing with the other console companies because there's no room technology wise for them to keep going with their design of the Switch, because their Switch was what made them so popular to the point where people want to go back to the original Nintendo consoles.
The thing with that is now they're keeping they keep making add-ons that are pointless. I mean, what first it was the Switch, which had a decent monitor. The screen. Then the OLED came out with what? Nothing new, just the bigger screen, which was the 7 inch, which had nothing special.
Yeah.
It was the same system, but bigger screen. That was it. And then to top it all, they came out with the 11-inch screen, which is ridiculous.
Yeah.
Not to mention the power.
Yeah. But if some of you guys didn't notice and stuff, if you look really carefully at the Switch, it's Nintendo's way of bringing back the PlayStation Portable, but in a newer design.
True, actually, it does have the same features as the PSP.
Yeah, but the only difference is the PSP was never touchscreen.
Could have been, but
But
yeah.
PlayStation didn't want to touch that type of technology.
I mean,
Yeah, Sony did not want to go that far with the technology. Even though the technology existed during that time of the PSP, they just didn't want to go into that field.
they could have. I mean, Nintendo could have gained more if they remained partners with Sony. But I mean, there were complications,
Mm-hmm.
and
And it was there was a lot of black tape and
because they already. I
with
mean,
them working together.
if you think about it, the first Nintendo, the actual Nintendo was going to be the well, now the PlayStation 1 console along with the actual Nintendo box.
Mhm.
That was going to be the first system on their both, but
They just there was a lot of red tape issues between the two. They weren't really as if they weren't agreeing on concepts and a lot of other nonsense. It was like one side had one idea of a concept idea for a console, the other one did, and it was like they were like bickering between each other on it.
yeah, but also it was the involvement of cost of release, cost of material, cost of equipment, cost of employee work, many costs.
Yeah, and one of the things is the reason why Nintendo wanted to work with Sony, because Sony had the technology, the computer style technology knowledge that Nintendo never had. Because of Sony being before they touched the console aspect, that they were more of an electronic company that made radios, CD players, Walkmans. So they had more of an electronic computer mindset than Nintendo would ever have. Until Nintendo came out with the Switch, which had computer technology in it.
And you know what's funny about it? If you guys don't know this, Nintendo wasn't a game company. It started as a card company.
Mm-hmm.
So the first game, as I mentioned before, it was to Popeye's game, and that's what actually caused Nintendo to actually
Revamp it and make it more fitting to their thing.
that was the beginning of the Nintendo era. Actually, if you think
Yeah,
about it.
because so they took the concept and then eventually grew it to what we know now as Mario.
And then again, if you notice another thing, the video game era started with the Atari,
Mm-hmm.
and that was by one idea of one of Atari's employees, where he actually wanted to combine both, or make a console based on sound and light.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Oh, I stuff want to bring forward so like that regarding my channel's topics and stuff within this podcast. But I found out, got reported some new Disney news. Our beloved CEO is stepping down.
What?
Mm-hmm. Bob Iger is stepping down to relieve costs on the company.
Oh no, that's
But
not
he
gonna be.
already has someone in and South replacing him. He already picked who's replacing him. And stuff. It's just what the company pays him would go back into the company and actually save it financially. Because he gets paid more than what the company could afford to keep paying him, so he wants to step down because of that, and they're also going to they're laying off a bunch of employees to start alleviating the financial hardship that they're having right now.
It's just like what happened back in the days when Disney almost went out and they tried to have. You remember the Disney afternoon?
Yeah.
That was the saving grace, but it didn't quite work
Mm-mm.
because
They still didn't make much money off of it, so that was what was hurting them was there wasn't that much viewership on it.
and the thing we had some good shows. I mean, come on, Gargoyles, Gummy Bears, Funkers, come on.
Yeah, but at least did what the smart thing Disney did compared to a lot of other a whole stuff
Just pull out for a while.
yeah, pull for a while, or just don't ever bring them back. And what smart thing Disney did was lock them up in the vault, and then it's until it was time to bring them back. And stuff, and it was like back as eventually the company knew eventually they would come out with a service or a way to bring back some of their stuff, and now they do, so they were able to bring back a lot of stuff from the vault.
True.
And that's one thing. One thing with Disney compared to a lot of the other production companies back then is they actually kept everything they made, copies of everything they made. So if they ever had to bring something back, they already had ways of bringing it back. That was the smartest thing because it was an idea that Walt put in place, and it was still kept. That mindset was still kept after his death.
The only thing that kind of brought Disney down or into a lot of arguments was the fact um, they took the same approach as Disney. Do you remember
Yeah,
that?
yeah, the buyouts.
And not only that, but as far as create, I mean, live action. Yeah, I touched this, and you know, it's one of the things that you gotta be careful with.
Mm-hmm. But I'm noticing now, and it's even though Iger has stepped down, it's still going to be the company's still going to be around the same way because he already put stuff in motion that will keep going in the aspect of quality instead of quantity, and that motion is still being played even if he steps down. It's a motion that's still he put forward to keep going in the sense of allowing the different companies that they bought out to continue projects that they were already working on because of they had to stop those projects because of the previous CEO. And Iger, when he came in, he told them, "No, if you have all this stuff you want to do, go for it. We want you to continue your ideals and your dreams on what you want to bring out because that's quality, not quantity."
Sure.
And if you look at the person he wants to take his place, is someone that he found that was a employee of one of the parks.
Oh man.
It was a hot dog a guy who pushed around a hot dog cart.
What are the odds? I mean, who
Yeah,
would think that somebody in a position like that would actually step up to
yeah.
becoming the next CEO? I mean, a lot of people do fight for the position,
And it was Iger chose this person instead of going, hey, here, it's like it's I saw something in him. The same way Walt has seen a lot of things and a lot of people he's hired. It's like Iger's repeating that. See something special in someone and puts them in a position because he sees something in them. And so that's the way Disney should keep running. Is the way Walt would have had it running if he was still alive. But if he was still alive, he would be way over 100 years old.
yeah, right now it's like
I think before Iger, Walt was rolling in his grave. I think Walt was happy Iger came back. And if you look at it, the company asked Iger to come back. It wasn't Iger that decided to come back. The Disney company asked him to come back.
and that's surprising because I mean, once you're out of that position, more than likely they won't take you back, but they might have seen a saving grace by doing that.
Yeah. And Iger's calling his dropping out of CEO as firing himself.
Well, it's like we would say, it's time to pass the baton to the next person.
Yeah. And it's not because it's like, but he said so. He would have, the only time he would come back is if he was offered the same paycheck again. But like but I doubt it because I don't think the company will ever want to spend that much money again on a CEO.
Oh, yeah, well, just like what I said, that's one of the reasons that a lot of people from the series Power Rangers stepped away from it. I mean, that was because of the pay or not paying, not getting paid at all.
Yeah. But it's like Disney right now. So before Iger stepped down and stuff, there was a lot of changes he was making to save the company. That was why the company wanted to bring him back, because the company knew how to save him financially. Because last time he was CEO, the company was in their high 5 years. When he was running the company and stuff, Disney was in their 5-year high.
So
So they knew if they brought him back, they would be in another 5-year high.
So what remains the question at this point? What's gonna be the fate of Disney at this point?
From the, like I was saying, he already has stuff already etched in stone that's going to keep going, even though he stepped down. And because that stuff's going to keep going, they'll be in their 5-year height. Instead of going into a 5-year slump, they'll go up and go back to being up at the top for 5 years or more. Because Disney has always had 5 years strong, and then 5 years in the slump, and then reach back up to another 5 years, back up top, and then drop back down for another 5 years. It just goes back every 5 years. They're always up here or down here for 5 years. It's always been like that, even when Walt. A lot of people didn't know stuff that a couple of his movies that he made Heard 'em Financial. It was a few of the movies after Snow White. Heard 'em Financial for a while. Did you notice that most of the money that he made, it was like that went into Disneyland was from Snow White? Was what he made from Snow White. All the attractions that were built for Disneyland were all from the financial makings of Snow White. Yeah, so about three or four movies after Snow White were flops, were theater flops. It hurt the company for a while, and then they were able to bounce back and stuff. I think Jungle Book was one of the ones that was one of their saving graces.
Hey, Cloudy Cakes.
Yeah, the podcast is up, Cloudy Cakes.
You know it.
Once a week.
Maybe twice if we're lucky.
If we're lucky enough to put our heads together, we'll put together one twice a week, but majority of the time it's once a week. Because we still got to balance our own channel.
Oh man, thanks. Appreciate that. It does take a while sometimes because we gotta dive into the subjects and you know
Do a lot of homework and research.
a lot of research, a lot of time, a lot of putting together.
And sometimes we'll put together an idea, and then when we go live, and we end up not even talking about that topic. So it varies. It varies.
And when we do have a topic, it just goes a different way, which is kind of funny.
You can. Oh, it's that time again. We're 2 minutes after.
Hmm? Oh shoot! All right, guys. So we have to sign enough go. So like I said, take care of yourselves and tell them this is Leon sign out. Peace out.
All right. Yeah, and this is Pep Geek. While we're sending this raid out, I just want to say this, like I always say at the end of my streams, once a ranger, always a ranger. May the force be with you always. We love you all, SP. Peace. Bye.